we talked about roster management for a while. I guess portal closed. Just talk about kind of getting through that window for your team.
Yeah, I think where we're different, baseball specifically to everybody else, it's hard to make a comparison. I feel like we're on an island or a shelf by ourselves because we still have the Major League Draft, July 13, 14, 15. So we've assembled our group. We've done some work. And, you know, we got some guys that have announced that they're coming to Auburn University, even in the portal. And I think there'll be a few more for us here in the next few days. And now I think our attention is we started close as we can to home plate, kind of build for next year's team. We got a lot of guys in play from a draft standpoint. So I start there because now that's our work. The portal's closed. The shifting of pieces. We needed to do a little bit of work behind home plate because we lost a catcher. We had a freshman All-American that we're building around. So adding another catcher is really important. Hopefully that takes care of itself the next few days. A couple of left-handed at-bats. I don't know how you replace a Cooper McMurray and especially an Ike Irish, who might go top 10 overall in this upcoming draft, but we're trying. And so I think, you know, a couple left-handed hitters to keep that balance. We liked being able to get through those 10 SEC weekends with a couple of veteran left-handed hitters. So can we find that? I think that's what we're hoping to close in on and keeping our fingers crossed to being able to do that. And, you know, somebody's probably smirking if they read it, just like I'm saying it, like, how do you replace an Ike Irish? And I think you're looking more within the ranks to do that. So hopefully we can add a couple of good players and a Freilich after a really good freshman year can keep coming above Terrell, and a guy that's really played well for USA Baseball right now, Chris Lambert, can do good. And I like our team. Let's see what happens with the draft. I think of like an Eric Snow, a player that we would love to have back. That is our major league team that's going to buy him out of that or draft him out of that opportunity of coming back and playing another year. My antenna's up strongly on that. We really need to get better pitching from last year to this year in 25. I thought we did that. A few of those pieces are leaving, but there's a lot of pitchers with experience coming back. And I think we added to the top of that. That was our first portal surge, I guess, immediately. And we do have some right-handed pieces, 3 or 4 left-handed pitchers. I want to get more left-handed was the charge. So I like where we're at. I think a baseball coach, an SEC head coach right now is going to keep his head down and push all the way through. The date that I'm looking at, that maybe everybody else is not looking at, is August 1st. That's the last day you can sign a professional contract. So I think we have to stay relentless, head down, keep getting as good as we can close to home plate until that August 1st date hits.
You talked about, I think during the Super Regional, how you said some of the details of how crazy that was during the delay. You have to save those for the book, but I guess from that experience to now, signing the guys you signed and maybe as importantly, retaining the guys that you retained from that freshman class.
Yeah, probably to expand on to your point, great question. That was a huge night for us. That was a really good night. We almost, one more single would have been a perfect night for us in that scenario. But I know for long term for the program, we were prepared. Did not have any clue that was happening that night, but we were prepared. Not just, that's not a pat on my back, that's our staff and everybody that's helping us do this from a recruiting standpoint of our players, from being ready to do some things. We were ready, and so that's helped our program. When I say close to home plate, I'm talking about how important it is, in my opinion, this day and time, being good with what you already have, your best players. We had 4 guys enter the portal as soon as we got to our exit meetings after the Coastal Carolina series, and I love those 4 guys, and those 4 guys simply want a place to play. And I think 3 of the 4 have landed to great places, great programs, and hopefully they see a roadmap with a legitimate opportunity to get on the field and play like they deserve. We didn't have any other attrition as we went on, so those 4 initial deals, it just keeps me focused on going in. One of my first steps was go see Chris Lambert and Cape Cod, and go see Freilich and make sure he got onboarded up there. That's our type of recruiting. Our young players that we're excited about, going and seeing a Connor Gatwood that redshirted this year that we just absolutely hold in the highest regard. Everything needed to happen within our program. Maybe social media cares about what's happening about 1,000 miles away. I don't. I think the strength of creating a consistent program right now is staying close to the guys that are in your program that want to be at Auburn, that love Auburn, is why we didn't have a lot of transition this time. So I think we did it right. I think that's the way it should be done right now. We're getting new things happening every day. We got some more stuff happening with that protected list and the designated student athletes. We got some more guidance on that today. It's ever shifting, but I think it's important to take care of the guys in the locker room, and we vetted hard. So if we like where our culture is and Auburn baseball does, every person that would come new into that ballpark maybe needs to be a left-handed pitcher or drive in a lot of runs, but they got to be the right person. And I think we held up our end of the bargain by doing that this cycle, but it was harder. It was a tougher path to do it that way, but I think it'll be rewarding for us and our team and our fans and our stakeholders by doing it that way.
But you talked a little bit about your pitching. How excited are you and your staff for as many arms it appears like you'll have coming in and coming back, and maybe do you think you have the ability to have a deeper staff this season?
I do. I look at how much Chatterton he got to pitch. Griffin Graves is up throwing great in the Cape. That Coastal Carolina there toward the end, taking us in extra innings with some of his best baseball. He's still doing that. Alvarez, what he did for us there late in the year. I just think we keep getting a return on that investment, just like we got with Guevara this year. Some of those guys just absolutely getting that experience and coming back and getting to play more. I think those guys have a chance to be better. That makes us better. And then there's no doubt adding the pieces, it's just more complete. I just always, when I used to build a pitching staff, even as a pitching coach before head coach, I wanted peacock feathers. So when it spread, you could have right-handed to here, all the way around, and then create left-handedness. And in this day and time with the metrics and how good everybody is, creating balance and creating every arm angle, higher spin, maybe more sink and more movement, tougher on the right, same side hitter, whether it's here or here, left on left, right on right. I think we're more complete than we've been. And we had some big horses back in the day, a couple of World Series, like going back to Butch Thompson and Tanner Burns and Casey Mize, and I feel like one of these guys is going to grow into it because they were homegrown. Those were not portal guys. Those were freshmen that came to our program and stayed here and built here. So I don't think you're going to see us running from the freshmen if we feel like they're special. I think that's a niche for us right now, and that just happened for us with Rembert and Freilich and Terrell and even a couple others we're excited about. So I think that's going to make a huge difference for us. And I just, our foundation's here. Like last year, we really needed Sam Dutton to come in and do an immediate nice job for us, and Fisher. Even like a Hetchler that had so much success for us is another guy that's back. So I think it's deeper and richer, and logs a lot of innings, appearances, and finishing games and starts back, which we really didn't have going into last year.
Tom Mattingly,
with the house settlement, now in effect, just how is that going to impact you guys from a recruiting and a roster standpoint?
I think that's the toughest question I've been asked, because we thought whenever you walk to this and a lawsuit would happen, it would be like this, and I don't think that's the way it's played out. So head on a swivel, adjustability, quit complaining, no excuses, wake up every day and figure out, take care of your own people, take care of your circle, and then whenever you reach out and go out, see what's changed and be ready to pivot. I did like the days where like, hey, these are the rules, this is how the game's going, and probably spent 2 decades in the SEC where it was like that. And now you got to be uncomfortable waking up every day. You got to be comfortable waking up every day, feeling like somebody's about to flip the table over. And nobody cares. You guys don't care how I feel about anything. I don't care how I feel about it anymore. This is just like, what can we do today to make the biggest difference? And just treat it as a game, right? This stuff's getting big and talked about a lot, and hopefully that lawsuit sets in motion everything that we thought would start taking place, but it wasn't immediate, and it hadn't happened yet. So until then, let's just wake up and quit whining and just start figuring out every day how you can keep growing your program. And go with what you got. And these are the strategies, and work with it, because right now nothing's like it used to be. And that was kind of comfort, knowing this is how it was and this is what you had. Even if you wanted more. Baseball always wanted more than 11.7 scholarships, screamed from the mountaintop for 20 years. But we knew what it was. Now with everything changing and evolving, and we're having to, try to get a little more, ask for a little more, or do a little more, or trying to find new strategies. It's okay, as long as we just have a good attitude every day. It's kind of the figured out mentality is at an all-time high right now. And that's where we're at. We're just waking up every day. I just spent 15 minutes out there before I come in just to see what changed from the hour drive. Has anything changed before I walk in here with these awesome people for 2 hours? Let me know, and I'll call you back in 2 hours and see what happened while we're hanging out here. We just have to accept that, understand that, and do the best we can with it. Find people that trust us, believe in us, that we're trying to do the best thing for them, and have them in a competitive, awesome program with a bright future.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.